how do you react to people in Europe who say that you are abandoning Ukraine and that you are going to sacrifice the security of Ukraine by making a deal with Vladimir Putin?
Now we're helping Ukraine like nobody's ever helped Ukraine before. And I can say this, if I didn't become president, Ukraine would right now still be at a level where there would be no even thinking about a peace. And it's a sad thing that this happened. This would have never happened, this war, if I were president. Zero chance. And it has happened. So my function is to get you out of the war, get them out of the war, let them live. It's a bloody war, it's a horrible war. Thousands of people are being killed a week. And I would say Russia, maybe 700,000 people. I think Ukraine probably a similar number. And that's not talking about the towns and the cities that have been blown up. That's talking about soldiers. This has been a horrible, bloody mess. And we're going to get it solved. We got to get it solved. And you know, we're not talking about America's soldiers. Soldiers from this country. We're talking about Russia and Ukraine. But on a humanitarian basis, we have to get this very, very bloody, savage problem solved. And I will say this also, it could lead to World War III if it's not solved. You know, there'll be a point at which it's not going to stop at those two countries. Already there's such involvement from other countries. And it could really lead to a very big war, World War III. And we're not going to let that happen either.
Would you support the idea to send European troops in Ukraine to back the ceasefire?
European troops may go into Ukraine as peacemakers. So when the agreement is done, they can watch that everything is followed properly. I don't think that's going to be a problem. And a lot of the European countries, I think, I don't want to speak for France, but I know that the president's talked about doing that also. I think that'll be a very good day when we can go in as peacekeepers as opposed to what's going on right now with everybody being killed.
Will they have U.S. backing, those troops going into Ukraine? Will they have U.S. backing from U.S. troops?
Well, we're going to have a backing of some kind, and obviously the European countries are going to be involved, and I don't think you're going to need much backing. I think that's not going to be a problem. Once an agreement is signed, Russia's going to get back to its business, and Ukraine and Europe are going to get back to their business. I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Mr. President, could you meet with President Zelensky soon?
What?
Could you meet with President Zelensky soon?
I will be meeting with President Zelensky. In fact, he may come in this week or next week to sign the agreement, and which would be nice. I'd love to meet him. Would meet at the Oval Office. So the agreement's being worked on now. They're very close to a final deal. It'll be a deal with rare earths and various other things, and he would like to come, and I understand it, here to sign it, and that would be great with me. I think they then have to get it approved by their council or whoever might approve it, but I'm sure that will happen. Yeah, at some point I'll be meeting with President Putin also, yes. I don't know when we speak. We're trying to get this thing worked out, but yeah, at some point I'll be meeting with President Putin too.
Call her Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Achach Kodash. That's an ancient, true Paleo Hebrew tone, the Lord speaking in Ancient of Days. All right. Giving all glory and all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, who this word ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. Okay. And this lesson will be entitled, The Third Woe is at the Door. You know, as the believers, all right, as those who do the work, the prophets, okay, those who are keeping the faith, doing the will of Yahweh Shemiah Shah, week after week, year after year. All right, this is the time, man, where we're seeing grace. We're seeing the Lord coming, man. We see this place, Babylon the Great, is falling, and we rejoice in that. Why? Because we're waiting for the glory of the Lord, man, to rule, man. We're waiting to rule and have peace upon earth. We're tired of the wicked ruling, man. Okay, as you heard Donald Trump, all right, the president of Babylon, just told you, man, that this place is very, very close to World War III. So what does that tell you? You know, we are at the door, man. This is the end. Now it's time to exalt yourselves and push and do more than usual for the brothers, and to show through more works off and on camera, man. Okay, and preparing yourself for the ultimate faith that you must have in these last times, because JT is on his way, as well as great famine and all the other pestilence and disease that the Lord has said, the things that must come to pass are going to be here, man, in this land, Babylon the Great. All right. And that's, without further ado, let's give double honor to the elders and apostles across the four corners of the earth, which we know relies in GMS. All right. And also, salutations to the head of my camp, Chazak, the elder of my camp. All right. Who I teach under in the camp of men of Israel here in Greenville, South Carolina. And to the Akwa and Akwada, the brothers and the sisters who believe in His truth and our testimonies. All right. To which we strive and we push daily through our works with sincerity. All right, keeping the laws to the best of our ability. I'd like to say shalom to you as well, and those who look at the heathen as a speckled bird in these other nations. All right, who is coming into this truth, know the name, and believing on the names of Yahweh Shemi Avishai. All right, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, which are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites the Bible speaks of. All right, that you will be edified through this lesson. All right, Ratazah. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and grab a precept upon base of this title, because says the third woe is at the door. And we know the first woe and the second woe has already passed, which was what? World War I and World War II. Now we're heading towards World War III, which is considered as Armageddon. Okay. And this is a revelation, and which means what? To be revealed. Chapter 11 and 14. It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right. And we know that as what? World War III, Armageddon. Okay. Babylon the Great will be destroyed, man. All those who follow and all those who trust in Egypt shall perish, man. That considers you Jakes as well, who believe that this land is going to save you, trusted in these systems and these things that has no meaning, man. Okay, we already know this system is broken and is only used to oppress. Okay, this system is not for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, man. We are cursed here, man. We are here due to our wrongs and going against the Heavenly Father, our true power, Yahweh Shemi Avishai, what some of you ignorantly call God of Jesus Christ. Let me go ahead and grab Habakkuk 2 and 1. All right. And it says, at the top says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And that's what some people, we've been hearing the end of the world for a long time. Though it tarry, what it said, though it tarry, wait for it. So what's waiting? Patience, trusting, and having faith. All right. As it goes and says, roughly paraphrase, says, for those who have not seen me, keep my faith, roughly paraphrasing. It's a verse based upon faith, man. You know, we trust in the Lord and we have not seen him. You know, that's nothing but faith. We trust the Lord is going to save us in these times of tribulation and Armageddon and World War III, man. We know that, we have faith that through the works that somewhat and somehow the Lord is gonna cover us with his covering, and we're not going to be touched by the nuclear thermal missiles, man. Okay, because that's what's coming to this land. Thermonuclear missiles, World War III. All right, Satan 2, Satan 3. All these Russian mastermind weapons, the Smith and the Waster, man. These things, these instruments that was prophesied in the scriptures are coming to destroy this place through what? The Lord's wrath. Great judgment is coming upon this place due to what? To deceive the wicked, the wickedness. All right. All the things that Esau have done unto the children of Israel, the so-called blessed Spanish native Indians, and all those nations that had a hand in hand of doing the same things to the nation of Israel, man. Okay. Fornication, different beliefs, sorcery, okay, putting us under different algorithms to where we are confused about where we stand in life or who we are, who our power is, or who we should be, and how we should look at ourselves and how we should go about ourselves. All these things Esau, Edom, the wicked, all right, which ruleth the world, has put upon the children of Israel. Okay. This man has definitely made us become base men. Okay. He made us become animals. He made us become just as much as he is wickedness, because this is what our people are chasing after: money, sex, anything for pleasure, anything for entertainment. This is what this man has done to our people. He must pay for it, man. Our people hate each other. According to Deuteronomy 28, these are part of the curses, man. Okay. When you read Deuteronomy chapter 28, it goes into the curses of our people and why we are a hated nation, why we are becoming the scum of the earth, why we are the way we are in the status that we have. All right, being the lowest of all the nations, not having any type of stability to thrive, man. We're not meant to. Our rulership and our thriving is supposed to be ruling the whole earth. You know, that's because, and if you can't think or believe that, that's because Esau has minimized your thoughts. He has minimized your value of how you look at yourself. We ruling the earth, niggas. Yeah. The Bible is about you. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But this is what they don't want to hear. Because our people are stiff-necked, man. They believe in things that makes them prideful and happy. They believe that money can buy them all kind of things. That there is no such things as miracles, because they have been bamboozled by the philosophies of this life, which is what? Esau, Edom, the wicked, so-called white man's ways. All right, the way of trying to be civilized in a place that's uncivilized, trusting in the system that has that goes against them, you know, that's not made for them, or, you know, for us. When I say them, I mean for us. Okay. But it's the same thing goes as in Romans, you know, roughly paraphrasing, all Israel is none of Israel, man, because those who are of Israel have the spirit. All right. They're part of the first fruits, the elect, man, who are believing and trusting in the true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemi Yahushua, man. They're not using Jesus Christ. They're not using Christ. They're using the true name, man. All right. That tower of that stronghold, man. The true name of the Heavenly Father. Okay. And as it keeps going down, I think the whole point was 1 through 3. But if you keep going down, you also see how this place, how it talks about this place is set up through Esau, man. It said, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not right in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. And if you understand that enlargeth his desire as hell, it's not talking about the underground hell that you Christians believe. It's talking about judgment, man. As you read Ecclesiastes, I can't remember the exact chapter, but it tells you that And when I looked, roughly paraphrased, when he said, when I looked down, I saw judgment, which is when I beneath the clouds, I saw judgment, was talking about the earth. All right. This is judgment. This is a hellish state we live in. We live in a place of trials, tribulations, and judgment. And then when I talk about judgment, I'm talking about death, murders, massacres, final destinations things, or fatalities, ways of death, million ways to die, things of humiliation, living a hellish life. These are the things that the Bible is described. It's not talking about a place that burns forever, man. That fire that it talks about in hell is that hellfire that's coming in the third woe, man, which is the great destruction, World War III. Okay. So now that you have an understanding of that, in verse 5 it says, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, nor regardeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. And why would it say it's in as death? Because everywhere he goes, he conquers and pillage, man. He takes over, he kills, he takes the true he takes the true people out of their heritage, and he puts himself there, trying to replace the people who was the indigenous people. All right, that's why nobody knows knows the true places of where they come from, because this man has changed the names of everywhere he's been, even Africa. All right, it was never called Africa. It was called the land of Canaan. All right, it was the land of Canaan. It wasn't Africa. It says, and continuing on in verse 5 says, and cannot be satisfied. Esau cannot be satisfied. This man has millions and trillions of dollars, and all thing he set his face against is conquering other nations, killing people, setting up war games. It says, but gather unto himself all nations. What place on this planet gather itself unto them all nations? Every time you go outside, you see someone from a different nation in America. Everyone from a different nation is in America. Babylon the Great, spiritual Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, man. This is this place that the Bible talks about. We live in it, and heapeth it to him all people. Which what? Immigration. You see that? So it's plain and clear, man. This is the place the Bible's talking about. This is America that's going to be destroyed, man, through thermonuclear fire. All right, we're going to go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 2. And I'm going to work down on that. And it says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they say peace and safety, and when you heard in that video just now with Trump, it says, this will never happen if I was president. What it says, what he say, Ukrainian will never have a way of trying to find peace. See that? For they say, as soon as they say peace and safety, sudden destruction. And what Vladimir Putin, not Vladimir Putin, but Zelensky's doing? He's antagonizing other NATO groups to fight for his country, man. Instead of he's broken the peace treaty that Trump had made for Russia. He's fired I think he attacked Russian air bases. So now what they're looking at is a nuclear war. And, call Allah Yahweh Shah for that, because that tells us that there's nothing but famine and great death is on the way. Jacob's trouble is coming. Okay, you see race wars. You see the KKK rallies are routing up, man. All right, the riots are outside. All right, you have videos of other apostles posting videos of so-called blacks arming themselves, all right, defending their neighborhoods because they have Esau going up in there, threatening them, whatever they want to threaten them with, trying to push forth the fear of ruler or anarchy, really, to conquer and to take what they want, which they've been doing, but they doing it with, doing it in action. It's no longer behind the scene. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as a travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You see, once a woman is in labor, man, she has to have that baby or she dies. So you have to go through the courses, man. There's no stopping. I'm gonna wait. You have to keep going. In the situation of this life event, is that things are gonna keep escalating, man. The Lord is gonna allow His fury to be put upon these devils, so that things can escalate faster, man. All right, because prophecy has gone forth. The cries are going forth into the heavens through the 144,000 elites, elect. All right, those who are pushing this truth and believing in the name of Yahweh Shemel Shah. 144,000 may not be sealed yet, but those who are part of that number, that great number, the Lord hears their cries, man. The first fruits, the Lord hearing our cries, man. These days are going by faster. All right, we see the times that we're in, man, because what? We're watchers, man. We're watching the times, the seasons. We see what's going on. All right, keeping the Sabbaths and the Passover. Okay, we hope that was our last Passover that just passed. Okay, but continuing on. Isaiah 54:16. More edification. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. All right. So let's define the smith. Let's define the instrument. Define the waster, man. Because, it don't say nuclear war in the Bible. It don't say World War III in the Bible. It don't say literally World War III. Y'all just saying that because y'all want it to be that. Why would the Lord bring destruction? You see, this is a simple-minded person, and it's the way of how you Christians mind people think, man. Y'all don't want to see this place fall because you're filled with the things that's of it. All right, the lust, the pride, the self-righteous, the proudness. Okay, you can do what you want to do, have it your way, live your dream. Blase. Okay, but this mirth that y'all love to so much, when the grinders stop and your money become worthless, your gold become worthless. Even you rich people who feel as though y'all have you don't have a fucking clue about anything, but you don't have to worry about a fucking clue about anything. Excuse my French. That's how y'all guys think. Oh, I got money, we can do this. Oh, I got money, we can go here. Oh, I got money, we can have that. Oh, I got money, we can do this. All your hard work will be nothing, man, very soon. See, the true men who are working are not working for Esau. Yeah, we do our daily bread. We go to our jobs, but we're not working to be rich. We're working to just live and be obedient and wait upon the call upon the Heavenly Father, man, to do His will, man, to strive. So that we can be remembered, all right, so that we could be known, all right, so that we will have more righteousness over our wickedness, man, so that we can be seen by the Lord as His chosen, man. We don't give a fuck about this place, man. We don't care about who sees us and how we look upon their likeness, okay, upon how you people think, man. When you see men of the Lord standing on the highways and byways prophesying and you want to go about mocking and moving your mouth, man, you're gonna be rewarded with something with that because of that, man. And it ain't gonna be no reward that you think. It's gonna be a reward of judgment, man. Okay. But let's get this meaning of the smith. All right, because it goes into the instruments and the scientists and all those who make these ballistic missiles, man. We go ahead and get to the blue letter. Let's see if I got it on here already. All right. Creator Smith. All right, so now we know what the Smith is. What is it?
Strong's H 2796. Kharash. Kharash.
Kharash. All right. And what does that mean? What is a smith? A craftsman, artisan, engraver, graver, artificer. All right. Skillful to destroy warriors. Says a fabricator or any material. Artificer, carpenter, craftsman, engraver, maker, mason, skillful, smith. You see that? Worker, workmen, such as route. These are the great minds of like Albert Einstein, man. All right, those people who are at that type of level of knowledge. The Lord has cursed them with that. Why? To bring forth destruction. To bring forth destruction, man. The Lord has put these people in a mindset to understand these certain knowledges to create his weapon, man. To bring forth what? His judgment, his wrath. All right? To pour out his anger upon this earth, man, with his fury due to the wickedness of this place. Okay, and so now let's get. Hold on, one. All right, let's get instrument. What does it mean in Hebrew?
Strong's H 3627. Keli.
All right. And that word instrument goes into kali, which is an article, vessel, implement, utensil. So therefore, it's a form of something. Okay, it's a physical form of something built by a smith. What? It said it for war on the last one. All right. So what is it going to be used for? Okay, a vessel, receptacle, general, a tool, labor. So this is something they're going to be putting the as you know, as the missile itself, you know, making the frame of the missile. You know how it looks like an arrow or whatever, you know, putting things together, the technology. Okay, it says a strong definition. It says from something prepared. All right, going off the blueprint. Okay, any apparatus as an implement, utensil, dress, vessel, or weapon, armor, barrier, artillery bag, carriage, furniture, instrument, jewel, that is made of one from another, that which pertaineth, pot, passautry, sack, stuff, thing, tool, vessel, ware, weapon, whatsoever. And we know this is talking about great destruction. So we know what? These are ICU missiles, man. ICU ballistic missiles. Nuclear warfare, man. Okay? We know the Lord has made these people to set forth these things so that his judgment can come to pass, man. Okay? So now we're finna go into the waster. All right? Okay, and it says in waster.
Strong's H 7843. Shacheth. Shachath.
Shachath, all right, which is waster, all right. It says to destroy, corrupt, to go, to ruin, to decay, to be married, be spoiled, be corrupted, or be corrupt, be injured, be ruined, be rotted. And we know ballistic missiles are going to be like Judgment Day on Terminator, man, and blasting away cities, man, states. It ain't going to just be one city and one state. A nuclear missile is going to hit about 3 or 4 or 5 states. One. We're going to have hundreds of them coming, man. Hundreds of them. One can take away 5 states. Imagine hundreds coming. The elect's going to be delivered out of that, man. We know it's talking about nuclear missiles, man. It says, Slakia, my son. It says to decay, casualtively, ruin, literally or figuratively, batter, cast off, corrupter, thing, destroyer, lose, mar, perish, spill, spoiler, utterly waster. You see? And we know these are as the ICBM, obviously ballistic missiles. If I'm saying it wrong, forgive me, Salakia. But nuclear weapons, man, warheads. Okay, this is what's finna come to Babylon the Great. All right, and we know that for a fact. It's prophesied. This is how we break things down, how we can see. All right, how we can see these visions, man. We see these things through it, through the prophecy, man. We see what the world is going. We watching. These are the signs to how we understand what's coming, man. We see the president, we see the world, we see what's being said through the BS, and we understand the times that we're in. Okay, we have the spirit to Jeremiah. Let me go to Jeremiah 59. Says, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. You see that? All the nations are going to be against Babylon the Great. NATO itself is going to turn against Babylon the Great, man. Why? Because Babylon it's a finessing animal, man. It doesn't care about nothing. Babylon the Great is just, you take people resources, take people money, bank infrastructure, okay? Conquer with their banking systems to rule over all the nations, to set tariff, to set sanctions, man, to take their other countries' military out of control to control their military, man. This is America. This is what they do. This is how America becomes so great. It ain't great through the living style. It's great through the military and power style. That's why it's called a superpower. And there are other superpowers such as Russia and China. All right, you have North Korea. All right, Iran. Well, Iraq. Okay. And India. Those are all superpowers. They all have nukes, man. Ready to blow this bitch up. It says on the verse 9, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. You see, the arrow shall be of a what? A mighty expert man. That's your Smith and your waster, man. The Smith instrument and waster, man. That nuclear ballistic missile that's gonna blow this bitch up and level the playing fields, man. There ain't gonna be no remains. How, a bomb being a movie, you still see parts of the building, little shades here and there of a building or where it's on a street used to be. No, it ain't gonna be nothing left. This place is gonna be a deserted desert. Okay? Everything's going to be melted down still. Doesn't matter what element it is, man. It's going to be fucking gone. This place is going to be obliterated. That pit, the fire. That's America, Babylon the Great. Okay? And there is no escaping from it. Okay? All right, let's go to second address. All right. 16, 10 through 16. Chapter 16, 10 through 16. All right. And basically all this goes into the lesson, but I'm just trying to get straight to the point, you know. And you know, basically I could read all this, man, but it says, let me just go straight to the point. It says, he casts lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence, man. It says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, the sea arises up, the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the hour, and before the glory of his power, man. Which is what? Everything's finna be in chaos. You finna see tsunami waves 20, 30, 40 feet tall, high, wiping states. Okay? Clearing off, you know, sinking states. Florida's gonna be gone. You know, Louisiana's gonna be gone. Texas might be gone. You know, this place is gonna be deformed, man. Through all these ballistic missiles. This place is gonna be made with lake fires, man. And then those lake fires are gonna become lakes or pits. This place is gonna be in the worst case scenario there ever been seen on the planet Earth, as the Bible describes, man. Nothing on earth has ever witnessed the judgment that's gonna be coming to Babylon and Great, aka America, man. No, nothing from Noah, from any great destruction, Egypt, nothing has came as devastating as what's finna come now, man. And this place is finna be fucking obliterated. So back to the precept says, the earth quaketh, and the foundation thereof, the sea rises up, and with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. What are these arrows, man? You think they're talking about a regular bow and arrow that's going to shoot across the four ends of the earth? Are you crazy? No, man, they talking about the ballistic, Smith instrumental wasters, man. These damn ballistic, IBCUM nuclear warfare weapons. Okay, the only thing that's gonna fly itself, you know, through the archers, which is these weaponized vehicles that artillery these things, man. Okay, it says, behold, the players are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. It says, the fire is kindled, and shall not be put out till it consumes the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow with its shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. That which means what? Ain't nobody finna turn shit off. Ain't nobody finna hack it. Ain't nobody. There is no hope for that shit. Start thinking, oh, well, let's hope that it's not going to come over here. It's coming, nigga. It's coming. It's coming, man. It says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. And that's how you unbelievers going to be, man. You're going to be stricken with fear because you had the time to come into this knowledge, wisdom, and truth. and yet you forsake the Lord. So what? The Lord's going to forsake you in your time of your committee, man. He's going to laugh at you because what? You laughed at his prophets. You walk by his prophets, you laugh, you smile, you smirk, you mocked. So what you think finna happen to you? Okay. And that's all I have on this, man. That's all I'm going to put on this. If y'all want to read more, you can read that whole chapter. But until next time, I hope all things was edifying. Shalom.